Built over a period of 3 years from 1975 to 1978, the hedge blocks were based on a cellular system designed in the shape of a hedge, with 4 radiating wings perpendicular to the central administrative area, commonly known as the circle. The introduction of the hedge blocks in 1975 coincided with the withdrawal of special category status to political prisoners. Designed to limit the free political association that was common to the prisoners of the compounds, movement within the blocks was strictly controlled, with extensive security mechanisms in each wing. In contrast to the freedom of the compounds, the isolation of the blocks was palpable. Individual cells measured roughly 8 by 7 feet, with normally 2 men to a cell. The policy to treat political prisoners just like any other met resistance, not only from Republicans but also from Loyalists. Those serving conflict-related charges were expected to conform to normal prison rules. When they arrived at the hedge blocks, several political prisoners refused to put on their prison uniforms, and so began the blanket protests, which later escalated to the no-wash protests in 1978, and eventually culminating in the hunger strikes of 1980 and 1981. The focus was on security once again in 1997, after the shooting dead of prominent Loyalist Billy Wright by INLA gunmen. In later years, security on the blocks was gradually downgraded, with prisoners allowed to freely associate and take part in educational programs. While prisoners openly rebelled and protested against their living conditions, the prison staff too faced their own challenges, with long working hours, understaffing, together with the threat of violence and intimidation from prisoners. Indeed, over the course of the history of the maze-long Kesh, 29 prison staff were murdered, with many others taking their own lives. A wide panoramic view of the entire maze-long Kesh prison site, with its extensive concrete walls, wire fences, exercise yards, administrative buildings, and hedge blocks. The prison appears totally grey. The internal security gate. It is a heavily fortified barrier with coiled barbed wire fencing, security cameras, and spotlights. The entrance to Hedge 4. It is a single-storey, flat-roof concrete building. A sign to the left of the building reads Former Hedge 4. Moving inside and through the set of metal grills, we enter into the central administrative area of the hedge blocks known as the Circle. Despite its name, the Circle is oblong in shape. Across the hallway, an old rusted metal frame of a patient's trolley is abandoned outside a room. Passing this, we enter the medical room. The room is equipped with a brown examination bed, medical scales, desk, toilet cubicle, sink, and cabinets. We exit this room crossing the Circle. We enter a small kitchen unit used by prison officers. Fallen debris from the ceiling is strewn across the floor of the kitchen. Leaving the kitchen, we arrive in the office of the principal officer. Like the previous room, fallen debris from the ceiling has left what was once a place of order now in complete disarray, with abandoned paperwork scattered on tables and the floor. we enter the prison wing, which is broken up by 3 sets of grilles at intervening sections of the corridor. These gates would have been airlocked, meaning the first gates had to be shut before the second would open. We move past the first set, onto the second, and then the third. At the end of this corridor, there are 2 entrances for Wing C on the left and Wing D on the right. We turn left onto Wing C. A poorly lit prison wing extends out ahead. We enter the prisoners' washroom or ablutions. The entrance is fitted with dark plastic screens. We exit back onto the wing. We enter a moderately sized room. Functional chairs are stacked one on top of the other in a corner. The walls are a pale yellow colour that has faded over time. A small prison cell, which is sparsely furnished with a single bed frame, mattress, table, and chair. Each of the 24 cells on the wing mimics this basic structure. In another cell, a curtain lies discarded on the bed,